Hello everybody, and thank you for coming to my channel. I haven't been here in a while, so I'm happy to be back. Today I'm going to make with you, if you're interested, this cute little journal using what's called a stab stitch. And a stab stitch is done with a ribbon or cord. And you wrap it around the ends of the binding. Let me show you inside. I haven't really finished decorating it. I have the signature. I have a few things in it. Not a whole lot. That's pretty much it. So if you're interested, stick around and I'll show you quickly how to do the base of the journal. We're not going to decorate it together. I'm going to show you the base and how I do the cover, and that'll be that. To start with, for the base of the journal, you need 2 pieces of craft board measuring 8 1/4 by 6 inches. Then from one of those pieces, you're going to cut off a 1 1/8 inch piece. So that's what I have here. I have 2 pieces from which I've cut off a 1 1/8 inch piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is put together the binding. And I'm using cloth tape, which I find is just so easy to do. But before I do that, I do want to tape it just to keep it in place. With the stab stitching, the stab binding, what you want to do is leave, what I found is leave a little more room than you normally would between the spine and the cover. So I'm leaving not 1/4 inch, but a little more than that sliver that we usually leave. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a piece of book tape. I'm actually going to cut it and then add it. I'm going to turn it this way, it's a little easier. And I'm going to put it right over that piece. I'm going to use my bone folder, if I can find it, which I can't, as usual. I know it's here. I took it out. Help me find it. Could y'all see it on my desk anywhere? Oh, well. It's probably right in front of me somewhere. But I'll just use this. What's going to happen is this is going to have to bend back quite a bit. Okay, and I'm going to just fold this around. I'm actually going to put another piece on the other side. And you don't have to do it with book tape. You could do it the same way you would normally bind a book. But I just find cloth tape adheres so much better. And I'm going to cut the edge off of the back one. Okay. We do put our scissors through something, huh? Okay. That feels good. Next thing I'm going to do is cover this. And I've chosen, I think, to use this to cover it. And because this is a simple digital that I downloaded, I'm not going to use double-sided tape because this will adhere pretty easily. So I'm going to use just glue. And I'm going just up to the fold line because I'm going to use a different piece of paper to cover the, whatever that, I guess that would be called the spine. Let me think about this. No, I'm going to do it on all of it. The reason I changed my mind, it'll be funky when I'm folding it onto the paper. If I didn't cover the whole thing, it would leave like a funky place for me to have to fold it over there. So I'm going to do it the regular way. Of course, I put it on upside down. Oh, Kathy, Kathy, Kathy. Oh, Kathy, Kathy, Kathy. Let's try this again. Okay. And darn, I really just missed the mark. I'm going to move it up just a bit so I have a little more paper to fold over. There we go. Geesh. The best laid plans, huh? Okay, now I think I've got it. So we're going to start training it to fold. Train it on this side. Train it on this side. And this side. And let's cut our corners. And I do a little kind of semicircle to cut it. Being sure to get as close to that corner as I can. There we go. And I still want to, I'm going to train it in this fold over here. I'm not worrying about this crunching up over here because that's going to be covered. Okay. And let's put some glue on. And I'm going to do the sides first. Or I guess that would be the top and the bottom first. Then the sides. Just like that. It goes like this. And I've cut a little piece I want to cover this with. Just like that. I thought this would be pretty. The paper collection I'm using is from Louise Heinzel. I love her stuff. And this piece of border edging I get at Hobby Lobby in the specialty papers. Wait till it goes on sale. Okay, now our other piece, all we need to do is cover it. We don't have to worry about cloth tape. And I'm going to use this. And just like that. And again, let's train the edges. Cut it again. And glue it up. I'm so excited. The class I'm teaching on journaling is coming up in about a week. The best part is I'm teaching it at a beautiful botanical garden that we have here in Miami called Fairchild. And it'll be a botanical garden inspired nature journal. I was able to get some pretty materials from the garden, like some of its advertising brochures that have beautiful photographs watercolors of plants and such. So I'm excited. Okay. So this is the back and this is the front. The next thing we're going to do is grab some paper and I'm going to grab not very many sheets. I'm really doing this just to kind of show you what we're doing. So my paper needs to be 6 inches. Make it a little under 6. Sheesh. Come on. There we go. So the paper needs to be 6 inches, so I'm going to make it about 5 and probably 5 and let's see, 5 and a smidge, 5 and 7/8. Wait a minute, I want to make sure I'm doing it the right way. I want it to go this way. Then I want it 5 and 7/8 this way, right? And have it a little less than 8 1/4. Make sure this fits. Yes, ma'am. Okay, now we're ready to do the binding. And what I've done is I've taken my ribbon, and I want to say it's probably about 24, probably about 36 inches. I put it through a large head needle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down through the center hole, and I want to leave a tail about 5-6 inches. I'm going to come up through the top hole, just like that. I want to look on the back and make sure that the ribbon is lying flat, which it's not. So I want to make sure I kind of flatten it out so it's not twisted in the back. Okay, I'm going to pull this back through a little bit. I don't want to lose that tail. Now I'm going to take that top piece, I'm going to wrap it around the top of the spine and come back through the hole. Whoops. Then, after I come back through the hole, I'm going to take that ribbon and wrap it around the edge of the spine and come back through that hole. And you can use ribbon or cord. You know, on my first one, I used a very simple thin ribbon, which was quite easy. This is a little trickier. So I've come back up through the top, wrapped it around and come back up again. Now I'm going to go to the center and go down through the center. I'm going to take these clips off. I really don't need them. I want to make sure that this isn't all twisted up like it is right now. Still making sure I have my tail. I've gone down through the center. I'm going to come back up through the bottom hole. Just like that. Checking the back and making sure to straighten out the twistedness. No twisted sisters allowed. Now, I'm going to take the ribbon and pass it around the edge of the binding, keeping it flat, and come back up through that last hole. Then I'm going to take it and wrap it around the side of the spine and come back up through that same last hole, just like that. Now I'm going to remove my needle and I'm going to clip it here. Take this off. And I'm going to go under that tail and I'm going to tie it in a knot. In fact, I'm going to tie it in a double knot. And I'm tying it as close to that center hole as I can. I just think it looks prettier that way. And I'm actually then going to tie it in a bow. There. Now, do you see how we did that? I know it's hard to see with this ribbon. Goes around the top, around the side, down, through the center, back up, around the top, and around the side, back, and we tie a knot. Okay? Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you take a stab at this Stab Stitch journal. Have a good day. Bye.